Okay, so one of the first things that I do whenever I'm organizing is I clear out a space on the floor or wherever it is to put all of my bags. So as you can see here, I'm putting out all of my 31 bags in a bucket. And another point I wanted to bring out is make sure you have a trash box. I just remembered it. And make sure you have a box for trash. Don't do a bag. A box is so much easier and you can always transfer it into a bag later. Now, the reason that you want to have all of your bags and bins out is because if you don't have a place to put things, things are just going to get shuffled from one place to the other as you're trying to organize, and it's going to be really hard to see what progress you're actually making. This makes you able to see your progress a lot faster. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking all of the papers out and putting them into one bag, and I'm taking all of the receipts and mail and putting it into another bag. I'm taking all of the journals, books, notebooks, binders, putting it in another bag, and I've got to say that the biggest 31 utility tote is very good for this because it actually fits all of the binders to where you can have everything standing up where you can see the bindings of them. Anyway, all of the cables and electronic or whatever extra stuff is going into the bucket, and I've got all of the pens and markers and all that kind of stuff, and I'm putting that in the smallest, I think it's like the Kitty's Carry-On or something like that from Young Living. Can't remember the exact name, but basically at this point all I'm doing is just going through taking things off the desk and putting them in the right bins and bags. So one of the biggest mottos to staying organized is having a place for everything and everything in its place. So this is a little trick that I actually found from Pinterest. Pinterest has a ton of great ideas, and basically you just get wooden crates and stack them up to expand your space. And another thing I wanted to bring out is it doesn't matter how much or how little space that you have. It is so important to make your space pleasing to your eyes and to your mind. So don't skimp on the decor. Right now you see me, I'm just sorting out the pens and basically sorting out to the different types, pens, highlighters, pencils, and the ones that I don't really use. And I literally have them sorted in different tins and different cups, and I throw out the ones that I don't use. If I have enough that I'm actually using, I throw away what I don't use. And that's another key to staying organized. If you don't absolutely need it, don't keep it. You can either throw it out or find somebody else who will use it. So as you can see here, I'm putting things up just in sections. I'm putting things up in sections, and I'm not overly filling any space, because if you pack your spaces, that's also going to clutter your mind's eye. So you want to make sure that you leave eye space no matter what you're doing. So here I'm putting all of my sewing stuff and everything into my square storage tote from 31. And yes, I am throwing up flowers, and you see pumpkins there on the desk. I am trying to make my space pleasing, a place that I like to be, because this is going to be my work center. And so whenever you have a space that you're going to be in, a lot of the time you really want to make that extra effort to make it a place that you want to be, just because it looks nice, it makes you feel good to be there. So happy fall. I am making my own decor for my space. So you see there I have the smallest utility tote from 31. And I love these totes because you can put smaller cups and little tins and bins and stuff that don't necessarily look that pleasing, and you can stick them in there and they are out of sight, but they are still very available, the stuff that's inside of them. here I am putting up a couple more, and I am making my workstation. So I'm getting all of my stuff from 31 and Pampered Chef and everything just easily accessible. That is another key trick you want to make sure that you use whenever you're organizing. If there is something that you are going to be accessing a lot of the time, make sure it is very easily accessible. That sounds pretty basic, but it is amazing how many times we do not do that. So another thing I wanted to mention is it is okay to move stuff around. You don't have to put everything exactly where you had it the first place. You can see I'm moving stuff around. Even though I had a picture in my mind's eye once I put it there, I didn't exactly like the way it looked, so I changed it, and that is totally okay. And I was so excited to see that my sewing machine fit in this 31 bag, and it fit along with the pedal and the cords and all of that. It all fit, so it looks so much nicer on my desk. I was super excited about that. I will have down below, I will have which bags and stuff they are. So right now I'm going through my papers. You notice I did not go through that to begin with. I got my desk clear and I gave myself a working space first. That is super important. Now I am going through and I'm sorting out like important papers, crafty papers, things that I need to find something to do with any kind of letters, cards, or whatever. That's what those two smaller boxes for. I have personal letters on one shelf, and I have any other kind of mail on the other shelf. I'm throwing things away. If it's trash, I throw it away, and I'm basically just going through and sorting it according to level of importance. Okay, so here you see I'm putting my things back in the bag because I've got company coming. I don't have time to do stuff with it, but I'm putting them back in the bag, least important at the bottom to most important at the top. I'm alternating my stacks, so that way they are very easy for me to do something with whenever I actually have time to do something with them. Okay, and if you do not have an accordion fold sorter, I suggest you get one for your receipts. You can sort them out by month. Right now I'm just throwing them in there because I actually don't have time to sit there and sort them by month. But this is one of my favorite organizing tools for keeping my receipts and stuff organized. And that is how you organize your desk space in a small amount of time. It took me maybe 20 minutes. My desk is functional and I now can actually do something at it and it's pleasing to my mind's eye. Thanks for watching and happy organizing.